Batman. दिल्ली में जिसकी बनेगी सरकार कौन बनेगा
Hello. Good evening, everyone. Can all of you hear me? Hello. Can all of you hear me? Okay, great. Hello everyone. Hello Sandeep. Welcome to IMTS and thank you for attending today's class. Hope all of you are doing good and have a great weekend. I hope my voice is coming clear to all of you. Okay, great. So the topic that we will be learning today is leadership. We will go through the types of leadership and what all skills are required to be a good leader. What is the difference between a leader and a manager? If all of you can comment on it. What is the difference between a leader and a manager? Leader of a group of people, manager is having some authority. Okay, good point. Mr. Monachin, Rajiv, good point. Norwin says a leader understands and helps on the process. The manager, on the other hand, supervises and directs. Okay. One second. Why is the PPT not getting uploaded? One second. Manager maintain leaders develop. Okay. Hello, Kelvin. How are you? uh, Hello, hello. Can all of you hear me? One second. Hello. Can all of you hear me? Can all of you hear me well? Okay, thank God. I don't know what happened. Why is the PPT not getting uploaded? I'm trying to upload it from some time. So let me try it once again. So how many types of leaders we have? Strong leader, okay? Charismatic leader, efficient leader, political leader. Very good. Innovative, okay? PPTs are not getting uploaded. Okay, first of all, leave it. That's not getting uploaded. First of all, let's see the difference between a leader and a manager. A manager is someone who administrates or administers while the leader innovates, because the leaders have more authority and more power, right? They don't follow any sort of protocols, any organizational protocols or something like that, right? So that's why they can innovate in their field, right? They can explore different ways of leading any organization, right? Second difference: the manager is a copy while the leader is an original, right? Like we used to say that leaders are born, right? We cannot make a leader. People who are leaders are born leaders, while the manager is a copy, right? Someone within a system, right, who is following the protocols or the rules of the organization. After many years of experience, becomes a manager, right? And he follows the same cycle of managerial skills or managerial activities within an organization, while the leader is an original, right? We can say that he make their own ways, right? He set up their own rules, right? Third, the manager maintains, the leader develops, right? A manager is someone who maintains the scenario, while a leader is someone who develops the scenario, right? So there is a great possibility of more growth or more innovative or exploring more innovative skills with leaders, right? So you have hardly seen anyone who is a good manager is also a good leader, right? But the leaders are always a good managers. Leaders are leading managers, as said by Renan. Very good. Leaders are more effective, and managers sometimes has to go by the management, right? The manager focuses on system and structure, while the leader focuses on peoples. The manager relies on the control or the authority which is given to him by his organization, while the leader inspires the trust, right? Leaders has all set up his own authority, set up his own rules, right? Because he has the majority of the peoples. Majority of the peoples are with him. But with managers, some peoples are with him, some peoples are not with him. The manager has a short range view, while the leader has a long range perspective, right? Leaders always think for long term, while managers only think for short term benefits. The manager asks how and when, while the leaders ask what and why. The manager has his or her eye always on the bottom line, right? Bottom line or deadline, because the goal of the manager is to finish the task within the deadline, which is set by his management or someone who is senior, while the leader's eye is on the horizon. The manager imitates while the leader originates. The manager accepts the status quo, while the leader challenges the status quo. The manager is the classic good soldier, right? Someone who is following the rules of the book, while the leader his or her own person, right? They set up their own rules, right? They decide what they will do, when they will do, how they will do, right? Without following the set of rules. The manager does things right. The leader does the right thing, right? See how beautifully they are written. The manager does things right, but the leader does the right thing. Clear, everyone? now? So now, can all of you give me one necessary skills required to be a good leader? That I will start off with. He should be a good orator, right? His communication skills should be great, should be excellent, in fact. What other skills are required? Communication, I already said, Vinil. Leadership, Prabhas is okay. Manachin says efficient. Yes, very good. they also use. Sorry, I got disconnected. Can all of you hear me now? Okay. So I was here for centuries. Thought leaders have competed in the marketplace of ideas using books, papers, and oral presentations. They still do, but today they also use the internet, social media, and other technological advances to disseminate their ideas more rapidly and broadly. E-books, blogs, e-zines, teleseminars, and webinars have made thought leadership instantaneously available to ordinary citizens. Clear? Let's see some of the examples of thought leaders. I'm coming to servant leaders. First, let's finish with thought leaders. Thought leaders move and inspire people with innovative ideas, turn ideas into reality. Yes, Flavin, very good. And also they come up with out-of-box solutions or ideas, right? Which brings revolution sometimes. Like Mahatma Gandhi, someone was mentioning, right? He come up with a solution of satyagraha or non-violent agitation, right, for the freedom of this country, right? So like that, Abraham Lincoln, Che Guevara, Karl Marx, Lenin, Ho Chi, correct, right? Now, examples of thought leaders. Many of Jack Welch's ideas challenge conventional business practices. Some of his leading edge ideas included workout and best practice, stretch goals, creating boundaryless organization, and pursuing Six Sigma quality. Let's see. One of the best examples was Steve Jobs. All of us are familiar. He was the co-founder of Apple, co-founder, chairman, and CEO of Apple Incorporation, where he oversaw the development of the iMac, the iTunes, iPod, iPhone, iPad, and numerous other innovations. He has been referred to as the father of digital revolution, a master of innovation, and the master evangelist of the digital age. Dr. W. Edwards Deming was an American statistician, professor, author, lecturer, and consultant. After World War II, his ideas about quality and process control had a major positive impact and influence on Japanese manufacturing business. Subsequently, his thoughts and teachings spurred a major quality revolution among American manufacturers and consumers. Thought leaders attract followers and initiate change by the power of their ideas. Clear? So one example is Steve Jobs, other is W. Edwards Deming, right? One example was Mahatma Gandhi. Next is courageous leaders. As the name itself sounds courageous, courage. So courageous leaders bravely pursue a vision in the face of a considerable opposition and risks. Napoleon, yes. They have strong convictions about their mission or purpose, vision, that is long-term goals and values, whether right and wrong. They speak up for their core beliefs and fight for their values even when their stand is unpopular, right? So these are the leaders who stand up with their principles, ideology, no matter what the situation is. Rudy Giuliani, the former mayor of New York City, said, "There are many qualities that makes a great leader." Bhagat Singh, yes, very good, Prabha. But having strong belief, being able to stick with them through popular and unpopular times. Unpopular times means when the things are not moving your way. What happens when the things are not moving your way? Many of us compromise with our ideology, right, or with our stand. but these courageous leaders stick with their thinking is the most important characteristics of a great leader. In addition, they seek the truth and speak the truth. Examples of courageous leaders are Rosa Parks was an African American civil rights activist who was the US Congress called the First Lady of Civil Rights and the mother of the freedom movement. On December 1, 1955 in Montgomery, she refused to obey the bus driver's order that she give up her seat to a white passenger. Her great courage marked a pivotal point in the civil rights movement. Right, she was a black, so the bus conductor asked him to leave the seat for the white, but she refused. Right. Another example is Abraham Lincoln. All of us know he's a great politician. The 16th president of the United States served during the most difficult and dangerous periods of our nation's history. Even though his life was constantly in danger and his policies were unpopular with many, he steadfastly held to his convictions and governed with strength, fairness, and dignity. On January 1, 1863, he courageously issued his memorable Emancipation Proclamation, which declared the freedom of slaves within the Confederacy. Right? Then let's not go into more examples. Let's proceed. Courageous leaders attract followers and motivate people to change by their willingness to take tasks and stand up for their beliefs and values. Anyone would like to name any courageous leaders who were there in the history apart from Bhagat Singh? Jhansi Rani, yes. Very good example, Nathan. Subhash Chandra Bose, yes. Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, yes. From the industry? Anyone? What about Bill Gates? What about Mark Zuckerberg? Dhirubhai Ambani, yes. No, Dhirubhai Ambani does not come because he compromised at times and he was not honest. Right? He looted he looted a lot of taxes of the government. Iron Lady, yes. Raghuram Rajan, yes. Margaret Thatcher, yes. Correct. Next type of leader is inspirational leaders. Inspirational leaders are those who inspire. Inspirational leaders promote change by the power of their passionate commitment to ideas and ideals. They lift our eyes from present practicalities to future possibilities. Their words stir up our spirits, strengthen our convictions, and move us to action. We are eager to follow them because they call forth the best that is in us. Inspirational leaders have positive attitude that create strong emotional connections with people. Their speech is enlivened with words such as justice, freedom, honor, respect, pride, and love. Right? Sri Ravi Shankar, Dalai Lama, all of them are inspirational leaders. Their affirming and encouraging demeanor builds the confidence of their followers and elicits their wholehearted devotion. Their can-do attitude keeps hope alive during difficult times. Inspirational leaders create a sense of urgency by explaining why it is important to take action sooner rather than later. In addition, they describe actionable steps people need to take. For example, Ronald Reagan, Martin Luther King Jr., right? Nelson Mandela, right? So all of them are inspirational leaders. I'm skipping the examples because the examples are more related to US history. So most of us might not be knowing the names. Next type of leaders are servant leaders. Servant leaders care deeply about people. Nitin says Sachin Tendulkar from sports, yes. Mahatma Gandhi, Nelson Mandela, yes. They seek to remove the barriers and obstacles that hold others back from achieving their full potential. They strive to create an environment where their followers can do their best work. Servant leaders frequently ask, how can I help? Former AT&T executive, AT&T is the internet service provider or mobile communication company in US. Robert K. Greenleaf popularized the concept of the servant leader in the Servant as Leader, an essay first published in 1970. Kent Katz, CEO of the Greenleaf Center for Servant Leadership, states, I think the simplest way to explain it would be to say that servant leaders focus on identifying and meeting the needs of others rather than trying to acquire power, wealth, and fame for themselves. Right? These are the leaders who live their life for others without thinking much of their own status. They are getting the credit, getting the fame, getting the money. Right? You will find a lot of people in the society. Example is Mother Teresa. One of the best examples for servant leader is Mother Teresa. Kailash Satyarthi, yes. Mother Teresa founded the Missionaries of Charity, a Roman Catholic religious congregation in Calcutta, India. Today, the ministry has more than 4,500 sisters ministering in 133 countries. Members vow to give wholehearted and free service to the poorest of the poor. Oprah Winfrey is the chairman of Harcoin Corporation. Her focus in helping others succeed. Many of her TV programs and outreach initiatives are aimed at removing obstacles so people can achieve their potential. Right? So also their goal is to create an environment in which their followers or their listeners can utilize their full potential. Right? Her goal is to empower people to achieve their dreams. So, how many of you consider yourself in which category of leaders? How many of you think you are inspirational leader? How many of you think you are servant leader? How many of you think you are courageous leader? And how many of you think you are not leaders? A leader's primary role is to serve employees. Yes, Flavin, good point. Rajesh is leader of a small team, being a young leader in many ways, doing everything in a simpler way. Yes. What about others? Others don't consider themselves as leaders. Claudine says it depends. It is a combination of leadership style depending on the situation, on how you handle the current situation. Okay, good point. Now let's see some of the leadership theories. Right, there are a lot of leadership theories which were there. Let's see some of them. Okay, leadership theories. So in 1840, there was one theory which was great man theory, right? The great man theory evolved around the mid-19th century, even though no one was able to identify with any scientific certainty which human characteristic or combination of were responsible for identifying great leaders. Everyone recognized that, just as the name suggests, only a man could have the characteristic of a great leader. The great man theory assumes that the traits of leadership are intrinsic. That simply means that great leaders are born. On heroes, hero worship, and the heroic in history that are not made, this theory sees great leaders as those who are destined by birth to become a leader. Right? According to this theory, the crux is that the leaders are born by birth. Furthermore, the belief was that great leaders will rise when confronted with the appropriate situation. Right? Another conclusion is that great leaders will arise when the situation comes up. Right? At that time, it will be clear who is a great leader. The theory was popularized by Thomas Carlyle, a writer and a teacher. Just like him, the great man theory was inspired by the study of influential heroes. In his book on heroes, hero worship, and the heroic in history, he compared a wide array of heroes. In 1860, Herbert Spencer, an English philosopher, distributed the great man theory by affirming that these heroes are simply the product of their times and their actions, the results of social conditions. Next, we have trait theory, which comes up between 1930 and 1940. The trait theory believes that people are either born or made with certain qualities that will make them excel in leadership roles. That is, certain qualities such as intelligence, sense of responsibility, creative, and other values put anyone in the shoes of a good leader. Right? In fact, Gordon Allport, an American psychologist, identified almost 18,000 English personality-relevant terms. The trait theory of leadership focused on analyzing mental, physical, and social characteristics in order to gain more understanding of what is the characteristic of the combination of characteristics that are common among the leaders. Right? So this is trait theory. Similarly, there are other theories as well. You can read. I will give you this link. You can read the theories. Let me give you the link. You can read this theory in the free time. This is the link over here. Over there, you will find the lots of theories from 18th century till now, till 1970s. I think that is all for today. This much is sufficient. Right? Otherwise, it will sound more boring, because this is more of a theoretical subject. Also, the PPT is not getting up to date. I don't know why today. Right, so that is all for today. Thank you very much, everyone. If anyone has any questions, you can ask. Otherwise, we can wind up the class. Okay, so thank you, everyone. Good night. See you tomorrow. Take care. And please fill the feedback form at the end of the class.